Hi, welcome back to my channel. That's what she said. And today we are doing the week ahead tarot spread, and we're changing the cards up because October is here. Woohoo! So, we're doing the week ahead, starting, Monday, September 28th through October. What is that? 4th. Yes, September 28th through October 4th. I have new decks for October. We have a new oracle, which is Stacy DeMarco's the Halloween Oracle, which I have never used. This is the first time I'm using it. This I will have to be using the little booklet because, well, I want to get the messages correct. And then we also have for our undercurrent messages or challenges, the Dark Wood Tarot by Sasha Graham and art by Abigail Larson. And oops, and for our tarot cards, we have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot by Rose White, illustrated by Eugene Smith. If you hear noise in the background, that's my kitty. I don't know what he's doing. He's causing a ruckus. That's what he's doing. So I have shuffled the cards well beforehand, but I'll do another shuffle. So I'm trying putting these over to the side until it's their turn. So let's give one last shuffle before we pull some cards for the collective. Looks like one. Nope. So the first card is second card. Second card is home and family matters. First card is your well-being. Any personal issues. The third card, not specifically romance, but more on the partnership front. And the last one is the money and work. Okay, set that aside. Let's see, on the personal front, we have the lamp. Remembrance, and let's see, I'm not sure if you can see it well. Let me put it up here so you can see it. And give me, there we go, the lamp. I'll even put it here so you can read along. I light a single candle within a lamp for you, a single flame in the darkness that reflects my heart so true. Let's see. Oh, so the jack-o'-lantern is a newer tradition of an older tradition that you light a lamp for those who have gone passed on, so you can leave a light to help them find the way home. This card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. Okay, so on the personal development, it seems that we need to remember, if not necessarily others, we maybe just need to remember parts of ourselves that we no longer actively express. Because that just happens, right? As you grow older, there's parts of yourself that expressed certain ways that you no longer express that way as you grow more mature or things change. You change along with it. So though it's kind of odd for a card to light the lamp for those who've passed on, I get the feeling that it is also indicating that for your own parts of yourself, and maybe that's another for some of you, it's parts of yourself that you've let go of, and maybe you need to give them a light to find their way back so you can start expressing yourself through those facets again. Very interesting. Let's see. For home and family. Ooh, the apple. Risk and reward. Look at that apple with that heart cut bit into it. Now that I am a black cat. No, I need the A's. Apple. Sweetest icon, a risky red desire, passion and freedom, tempting hearts, hearts afire. I'm reading this really quick. We're not going to place three. Bucky, quiet. This is not your reading. Sorry, this is simple. It's like, but what does this particular card mean for us? I'm going to talk about the history. Receive the apple in your reading. It's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want to change but you're not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Or alternatively, are you risking too much too often? So that's an interesting oracle card or divine guidance for the home and family or neighbors. It's risk versus reward. I'm curious to see how the other tarot cards line up. So, partnerships and romance. Barmbrack? Sweetness and synergy. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But we will, I think it, oh look, it's the next one that was on the page. A pea, a cloth, a coin, a ring, and stick within a loaf of speckled sweetness, slice it and eat it. A glimpse of my fate's completeness. Let's see, I want to get to, when you pull the Barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually. Should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. Again, very interesting for partnerships and romance in the fact that especially the synergy part, you know, a partnership has to work both ways. You can't change yourself to draw in someone because later on they're in love with that thing that you've presented, and they're going to still continue to look for what you presented to them. So you need to find in partnership someone that works for you as well as you working for them. And the synergy and sweetness. Okay, and then the money work. Ooh, forgiveness. Got forgiveness here. Reducing burden. Well, that's interesting for money. Okay, a wrong is done. Consequences you cannot deny, but to hold a grudge is to drink poison and think the other person will die. Wow, that's pretty harsh. Okay, when hold grudge. If you've chosen this card, think about who it is that you could be forgiving, and that includes yourself. Okay, so the divine guidance and the work and money is forgiveness and reducing burden. Very interesting. So now, let's pull some tarot, shall we? I'm just going to pull one card for each theme. I will then be pulling in another card for challenges. I'll pull more cards. Something seems, well, foggy. First, let's. What I'm going to do, like I've done before, I'm just going to pull the tarot. Well, it was a terrible shuffle, and you saw it here, folks. noticing the end of the deck doesn't want to shuffle. I will do both the central theme and the challenge cards and then turn them over. Okay, and now what will be our challenges for the collective? All these decks are new. I mean, I've gone through, I've cleared them, but they're all spanking new. It's a weird phrase, isn't it? Spanking new. I mean, I know where it comes from, but I still think it's weird. I don't know if they still spank babies when they're born. I think if they're breathing, there's no reason for them to spank them, but the idea is to get them breathing. Spanking new. Okay. Let's see what the cards say, shall we? Okay, for the personal well-being with the lamp. Oh, we have the Nine of Wands and the World. Odd to have challenges of the world. But, so if you remember, the guidance or the oracle for the lamp was remembrance. The idea was you put a lamp to help those that have passed on to find their way home. This is now the divine guidance on the personal well-being development, which I'm saying there's probably, again, this is general, but this is for you to put a light out for pieces of yourself that you need to pull back and fit back together. Everybody's got pieces of themselves that for whatever reason they no longer have or they suppress. I don't know, because that's a particular. But I'm seeing that Divine wants us to find the pieces of ourselves that are not currently with us and light their way home. Now, will this be easy? No, because this is a central theme. You fought your fights, you got the high ground, but you didn't get there by doing or not fighting battles, and you're pretty weary at this time. But in this Nine of Wands, getting closer, we can see those are all candles. They're all lit, which, remember the lamp, the lighting the way. Now the challenges could be, the tarot, the world means everything, but it could just be a little bit more literal in that the challenges are the world at large, right? I mean, how many times you hear people say, oh, life happens, you're trying to get stuff done, and the world intrudes. So you're trying to do this inner work, and your challenges is all the stuff on the outside that's going to try to get in. Your challenge is to find where that line is. There's stuff you have to do with the world, but you don't want it to overcome. So that's on the personal level. Some inner work needs to be done this coming week, which is great. I mean, it should be every week, right? Okay, now, home and family. Queen of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. So, our divine guidance is the apple, risk and reward, and we have our Queen of Wands, who just pull that a little closer so you can see it. I love this little dog, but there's also this rat over here, right? And the dog's not much bigger than that rat. And your challenges are the Ace of Pentacles, which I really love, that the pentacle is a slice of apple. So it does look like a pentacle, but it's just that center where the seeds are in an apple. Okay. back to the cards. So with our Queen of Wands, your theme is one of pulling energies to you. Your Queen is usually a more receptive energy, being able to pull things in, magnetic, and her little dog. Your challenges will be maybe, I see Ace of Pentacles, which is new financial areas, new business opportunities, or that may get in the way of you focusing on the home. Work challenging your ability to put more energy into the family, or just if you're single, just your own house. Maybe you just, chores need to be done, and you've got the will to get it done, but you've got these new work things that are coming up that are going to challenge your ability to keep on top of the home front. Now, the partner's romance. Oh, Five of Wands. Oh my God. Sorry. We got the Five of Wands and the Devil card. And then you got all these jack-o'-lanterns. So you got the sweetness and synergy, right? That's your divine guidance on the partnership and romance front. But you've got this Five of Wands, and I'm just going to bring it close to the camera because, this is kind of insane. You've got this jester and fire, and the Five of Wands tend to be one of conflict or competition, which friendly competition is fine, but if we're talking partnership and romance, not necessarily a good thing for too much competition. And then challenges are the Devil card. Now, remember the Devil card, it's making choices of what is going to control you. The Devil, oops, sorry, about to glare. The Devil doesn't actually control. You have the ability to get out of that situation at any time. So, again, this is general, not applying to everybody. But on the home front, if you've got a contentious relationship, and if you're staying, it's because, you choose to stay in a contentious relationship. You shouldn't complain too much because, so maybe the challenge is what's that word for codependent? You're in a codependent relationship that's not healthy for either one of you, or either all five of you. But you stay for whatever reason, and I'm going to say on the partnership romance front this week, see clearly as to what you're doing and what you are doing in a relationship and what your partner's doing in a relationship, and don't play the blame. I see a blame game going on here. Instead of working together, they're just all blaming each other. And then we've got Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So we've got the Nine of Wands twice. The personal, and then this is the money work. So you've got divine, which is reducing the burden and forgiveness. And then our central theme is Ace of Wands, which is new ideas, new creative endeavors. But your challenges are you're just tired. You've been working and working and working, and you are just tired, and you're getting new ideas, but the challenge is finding the energy to try to bring them to fruition. So I'm seeing this coming week has some good things, and it's got challenges. So in order to deal with your challenges, I think over here you need to light the light for yourself. Focus on yourself and try to bring a center. And if you do that, the rest, though they may be challenging, it won't be as challenging because you're centered to know what you need. then you won't get distracted when you need to do family stuff by doing work when you shouldn't. If you've got a possibility of a relationship, or you're just in a relationship where you're always fighting, you may want to consider why you stay in that relationship. And as far as work and money goes, the ideas are still coming, but you're going to have to deal with the fatigue that you're just getting from overworking, which says here, family life, if it's eating into your family life, and that could be because you're working from home, it's harder to separate. You need to make those clear separations, because this exhaustion from doing too much and not allowing yourself to be nurtured at home is going to affect your ability to bring in new ideas and new things. Yeah, that's what I see for next week. Better cards than last week. Last week, I don't know how everybody's week went, but it was pretty rocky on some of those aspects. Looks like relationship is still something you need to focus on to make sure it stays going in the right direction. No, I mean, that's all I'm seeing. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe down below. Have a wonderful week. Bye.